How's it going? Welcome back. It's Jonathan. Okay, so well, so a lot of you have been asking me, been getting DMs, been getting personal messages about some things that have been happening in crypto and also the Dow Jones, etc. A lot of this has got to do around with some of my calls, and I'm getting like comments like, "You're right. Where do I learn this? How do I get in touch?" So I wanted to do something incredibly different to what I've always done. I've always done like a done-for-you model where I have taken a simple concept such as Gann's mass pressure chart, how to do the forecasting, etc., and I have essentially done it for you, and I've produced a roadmap for the future with all the analysis, all the research, etc., and you would just go in, pay for that subscription, go in, read it, and then follow along for the year and have an idea on what the year will look like. So if we're bullish for a specific year, if we're bearish, or if we're looking for a market collapse during a certain part of the year, or a rollback or an advance through a certain part of the year, you'll be able to see that. But what I've done is I've been working with a lot of developers and AI to actually build out a lot of these concepts from Gann and to put them into simple programs like a Google Sheet program, for example, where you're able to now produce your very own roadmaps without my help at all. And what a lot of people have been asking me is, I don't want to just keep buying your service. I want to learn how to do it myself. Okay, well now I've got the solution for you. So I'm going to be providing you a once-off offer. And this is going to be for the first 30 people or so, okay? So actually what I'll do is we will actually do it twofold. So for the first 20 people, the charge is going to be $4.99. For the next 20 people, the charge is going to be $9.99. For the remaining people, if I could spell, the one-time fee is going to be $1.99. Now what that means is, if you get in early, how do I increase this size? Maybe I cannot anymore. All right, scrolling. All right, so what that means is, if you want to learn how to do Gann, if you want to learn how to use the square of 9, if you want to learn the astro side of stuff, what we're actually looking for here, if you want to learn how to build your own mass pressure chart, which Gann was using through most of his career from, the early 1920s out to the 1930s, if you want to learn what planetary aspects align in what certain times and how to actually trade with that, if you want to learn how to interpret and decipher the tunnel through the air, if you want to learn how to build your own tunnel through the air as Gann did, if you want to learn all these concepts, well, I'm now going to be teaching you it. And all of this is going to be for a one-time fee, okay? You'll never have to download or access any other program except for the programs I either provide you or the programs that I have required or recommended you study for further study, okay? So this is going to be a one-time fee. Now that means that every single month or every single year that I get a knowledge burst or I get new information, I'm going to be building that into a program for you. You don't need to pay another cent, okay? Not even like a renewal fee or anything like that. For the first 20 people and then the second lot of 20 people, it's going to be moving from $4.99, which is going to be an initial fee. So if you're first in, you're going to get it for $4.99. And then for those who get in on the second round, it's going to be $9.99. Now keep in mind that the remaining or the full cost of the program is going to be $1.99, okay? So this is what it's going to cost, full cost, lifetime access, and you don't need to pay another cent, even if you're down here. It doesn't mean that you're paying an extraordinary amount of money. I mean, some of the books and some of the programs that I buy, they cost like $4,000 or $5,000. You pay a one-time fee to basically learn everything today and everything that comes up. And again, the only time you'll need to buy a program is if there's something that I am just not skilled enough to teach you, and I just say, hey, look, can you just go to this person to learn? But this is for the people that want to learn, want to know how to do it. I'm going to give you 10 years of knowledge, bursted straight away. I was looking to launch this when I launched my new roadmap for 2024. So over the next couple of months, I'll start getting participants into our back end, and we'll start to launch this, okay? So no hard pressure selling here. This is an option for you if you want to learn, and I'm going to be giving you everything, okay? So this is now your option to take it up. If you want to be part of the first 20 people that join us, it's going to be $4.99, one-time fee, that's it. If you miss the first round, that's okay. You're still gonna get a 50% discount on the full cost. And if you come in late, you see this video late, don't worry. This is going to be incredible value. You're going to get probably $100,000 worth of lifetime value over this, $1,999 that you're gonna be paying, okay? Now, what do I do with that money? Why do I need to sell a program? Why do I need to collect funds from you? Two reasons. First of all, if you don't pay, you won't put in the time and effort to actually go through the content. I'll be producing content not even going to be learned. It's a waste of my time, okay? Second of all, I'm going to be reinvesting that money to get more courses, more books, more learning material. Everything that you're going to be learning has been funded by me in the past. I spent probably $35,000, $40,000 to $50,000, depending on what we classify as material for learning on this. And First of all, if you pay $4.99, you're going to save yourself 50 grand straight up because I'm going to be giving you a lot of the material. But now there's programs that I want to get access to. There's courses that I want to get access to, which cost a lot of money. So I'm going to basically crowdfund. So that way, the more I learn, the more you learn, okay? And we're going to be doing a lot of things such as group coaching, group calls, pretty much what topics do we want to learn next, where we're going to be going from there. You're going to have a say in the direction that this program goes in and the content that everybody is. Okay, so it's not just going to be me spitting out information. So yeah, I'll leave that with you. You decide if you want to join up. A lot of people have asked, so there's the option for you. So let's take a look at the X date and then we'll see what's happening over in Bitcoin. So the one thing that we had started tracking all the way back here, I think it was the 31st of July, was for a rolling over pattern to occur where the market would come down into this possible X date. And then just for the theory of price analysis, I did put 3 forecasted low, possible low areas in. Looks like we're coming pretty close to the first possible forecasted low. We do have a bit of a gap in the market there, so I wouldn't be surprised if that gets filled up. As we can see, there's a few gaps, but this one particularly right here, wouldn't be surprised if that gets filled up right in the yellow zone. With respect to our turn date, let's go ahead and just re-explain what's happening here. So I put on the charts a few forecasted turn dates where we were looking to get a repeating pattern of what's happening over here, okay? I'm going to get a pencil out now. So the first one was the green one, and that's where the market sort of fell and hit a low. The next one was the blue one. The market sort of came up and hit a top. I will realign this one just for a day earlier. And then the market fell and we possibly got a low around here. We'll have to see how the market tracks over the next couple of days to see if we get a little bounce. Ideally though, that's pretty much the way it works. Ideally though, we are moving lower from here, okay? Ideally, I say ideally because we want the market to push lower so that we can get our expected turn dates to pop in. So let me go ahead and just now extend these dates out into the future just a little bit further so that we can get some clarity on where this market might be moving. So give me a second to do that. Alrighty, so I've just popped on another 3 dates right here, and I haven't popped on the lows, so let me go ahead and take these lows and just move them forward. Oh, that was the wrong color. Because these are now the next 3 dates that we're going to be watching out into the future. And again, you can do this yourself, and I will teach you the exact method on how to do it in the back end. And as you can imagine, there's stuff that you just don't want to share publicly on YouTube, because I always say that time analysis is the ultimate edge. And if everyone knew that edge, then clearly it wouldn't be an edge anymore. The edge is your advantage in the market, and knowing how to do it, that is your advantage. So I think that this blue one and this red one are going to be very critical moving forward. I'm just placing them on this yellow one just in case the market comes down and sort of see how it reacts in the yellow band. But this blue and this red one are going to be critical moving forward because they sit pretty much on and in our X date, okay? Our X date was ranging from around the 14th out to around the 23rd. I don't know why it's a little shifted at the moment, but that's sort of where it was sitting, where we're looking for the market to move down into that area and then move up. That was sort of the anticipation that we've had. I'll go ahead and save that for now. But that's sort of where it's at right now. So we're in sort of no man's land right now, where we're waiting to see if the market sort of rebounds higher off this last final turn date here, rebounds higher for a couple of days before falling. Ideally, we fall and just keep hitting lows. I just want pretty much all these to be lows, okay? So I'm gonna get rid of this one and get rid of this one just so you can see the sort of pattern that's happening here. I don't know if this is a top or bottom just yet because the market has come down, sort of, not really come up, but did push up for just sort of like half a day, or at least one trading day from this low. So whether it comes down or goes up from here, I need to just clarify that just with probably 2 or 3 more trading days just so I can get an idea on how it's gonna occur over here. But this top here, this top here, this top here, like I said, tops are bad, bottoms are good. So as we kept getting these tops here, I was suggesting the market could be starting to roll over, which is exactly what has occurred. Now this top to bad, bottoms are good phenomena is something that I believe I'm the only person, and now you and whoever watches these videos knows about. I've seen people do these turn dates, but they've never really given it a concept where you could actually apply it yourself and know what's coming next. So I believe I'm the only one that has been able to do that. And I wanted to, I guess, share that publicly just so you knew what I was looking at. Let's go see if we can find our Bitcoin chart now. Alrighty, so it's just lining up the Bitcoin chart now. Just to be open and honest with you, I'm not trading cryptocurrency right now, okay? I'm completely out. I focus predominantly on the gold market. And I just believe that that's probably the simplest place to be focusing my attention on right now. So in the last video, I did give you an anticipated low in the market, and it was to be within our 90-day cycle. And what you'll have noticed is that the low was breached, it was taken out. From memory, we were sort of suggesting that this low here may have been the low that we were watching. I did say that the market could fall lower just because we were still within this orb period here. But I did incorrectly suggest that this was the low as the market started to move higher. So we will need to recalibrate this and actually define this one down here as a low just for our next 90-day cycle. So where to from here? Well, that leaves us with now a right translation top and a lower low. That is bearish, okay? That's bearish. The market can still turn around from here, but technically speaking, my original thesis was left translation top, new cycle starting. So we're getting a bit of a rollover here with then a higher low. So a low that was going to be higher than this one here. And I was expecting that the market would fall within, well, actually it was within this range up here, okay? That was the original thesis. The market has, as we can tell, has come down further, still in our orb period, so that's okay. It hasn't invalidated the cycle, I just misinterpreted the cycle, okay? So it's still within the orb period, which still means that this would technically be a valid 90-day cycle. And from there, all we're doing now is if this is now the low and the low is in, we would then take it from here and not where I had it last time and count out from there, okay? So our end of cycle now is over here for this second cycle that I started counting from this low. We'll see if that has any bearing on the market. We've now got a left translation top, a clear left translation top of this orb period right here. So fingers crossed, actually, we don't breach this low here, okay, as the market may just come down again. There was sort of a double bottom, okay? The dates that we're watching, just remember the dates that we're watching are from the 14th out to the 23rd-ish. So then we'll be watching, I'm gonna get a rectangle for this. We're gonna be watching this whole period here for a potential low and change of trend from there. Now, if you take a look at my Bitcoin forecast for the year, which is in the back end for those who have joined from last year, you'll know that there's now a very high chance that we're not going to get any new all-time high, or sorry, any yearly high this year. If the market has, I can't show you unfortunately, but the market has given us a pattern that looks very similar to our forecasted pattern, and the forecast has then suggested look, there's no breaching of this high up here this year. So for the next 3 months, this high won't be taken out, okay? That is the forecasted curve, and it's currently in play. So there's no reason to be a bull right now in crypto. If you're a long-term holder, if you're a long-term accumulator, sure, do your thing. There's no real reason to have a bullish stance on the market right now. So that's all I have. Just wanted to remind you again, look, if you want to get into the back end, you can. It's $4.99 for the first 20 people. After that's $9.99. Still a stellar deal. I just wanted to just give you guys discounts at staggered levels. But the full cost, if you ever miss it, is going to be $1.99. Still, you're going to be getting like 10x, 20x your money back in value. Some of these books and courses, they're just phenomenal in price. And I'm going to be giving you my interpretation of this information and how I've used it and how I've sort of accelerated my learning. And then that pretty much just got to keep in mind that everyone's got their own interpretation of information. So I'm just going to be giving you my interpretation of all this information, okay? Now I'll give you all the resources. You'll know where to buy the original copies of stuff if you want to further your knowledge. But I think that this is going to be the best objective for those who want to learn how to do it themselves instead of having me do it for them. This is going to be phenomenal for you. I can just guarantee that. So that's all I have. I'll talk to you in the next video. This is Jonathan, and yeah.